Welcome to The Explainer. We see startups pop up all the time. But what makes one stick around? What's the difference between a flash-in-the-pan idea and a company that genuinely matters for years to come? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today, the real playbook for building a business that creates value and actually leaves a mark. So, let's get right to it. Is a great idea enough to build a great business? Honestly, nope, not even close. Think of an idea as just a spark. It's cool, it's bright, but it's not a fire. The real fire starts when you take that spark and use it to solve a genuine, nagging problem for somebody. And that, right there, is the huge difference between a cool idea and a real business. All right, section 1. What problem do you solve? This is all about finding your value proposition. So where do you even start? Here's the secret. It's not with your product. It's with a really simple but super powerful question. What problem are you actually solving for someone? If you can nail this, really nail it, you've just built the foundation for everything else. And that answer, that is your value proposition. It's your core promise. It's the simple, compelling reason a customer looks at all the options and says, yeah, I'm going with you. And you can't get there without a ton of empathy. You have to get inside their head, understand their frustrations, their challenges, the stuff that really keeps them up at night. A really great value proposition has to hit on 2 levels. First, you've got the rational stuff, the practical, measurable benefits. Is it cheaper, faster? Does it do something new? But then there's the other side, the emotional side. How does it make someone feel? Does it feel well-designed? Can they trust the brand? When you get that balance right, that's when you've got something people don't just need, but truly want. Okay, next up, blueprint for your business. Let's talk about designing your business model. So you've got your promise down. Now what? How do you actually build a business, a whole machine that can deliver on that promise and do it over and over again without falling apart? Well, you need a blueprint. And lucky for us, there's this incredible tool that puts the whole thing on just one page. And here it is. This is the business model canvas. Now, don't squint and try to read all the little boxes just yet. Just look at the overall structure. This is your entire business on a single sheet of paper. It's brilliant, really. It forces you to connect all the dots between what you're making, who you're making it for, and, of course, how you're going to get paid. It's like the ultimate reality check for any new idea. The easiest way to think about the canvas is to split it right down the middle. See that? The left side is all about efficiency. It's your backstage, your engine room. This is the how you build it part, your partners, your resources, your costs. Then the right side is all about value. This is the front of the house, facing the audience. It's the who you serve part, your customers, your relationships, and how the money flows in. All right, moving on to finding your secret sauce, or what you might call your superpower. Because look, having a solid blueprint is absolutely crucial. But on its own, it's not enough to protect you. To really build something that lasts, you need a unique advantage that's hard to copy. You need a secret sauce. So what is this core or secret sauce? It's that one thing your company does better than anyone else. It's the engine that lets you deliver your value proposition in a way your competitors just can't touch. It's not just a feature on a list. It's the fundamental reason you win. It's the how behind your what. And a really powerful core has to pass a 3-point test. First, it's got to be unique, something that's really hard for someone else to just copy. Second, it has to be important. It has to create value that your customer genuinely cares about. It can't just be clever for the sake of being clever. And third, the best kind of core actually grows stronger over time. The bigger you get, the more powerful that advantage becomes. And just to be clear, this secret sauce isn't always the physical product. Take a look at these examples. It could be something like network effects. Think about LinkedIn or Meta. The more people that join, the more valuable it becomes for everyone. Or it could be a superior user experience, which is Apple's whole game. It might be ridiculously low costs, like how Honda first broke into the US car market. Or it could be something like Zappos with their legendary customer service. Okay, part 4, navigating the real world. This is about what we call the arena. Because here's the thing. You could have the most amazing value proposition, a perfect business model, a killer secret sauce, and your business can still crash and burn if you ignore the messy, complicated world that exists outside your front door. Yeah, your business does not operate in a vacuum. It's part of this big, complex ecosystem of government, activists, public opinion, ethics, the whole shebang. This is what experts call the non-market environment. And if you get this part wrong, it can be absolutely fatal. Let me show you what I mean with a pretty famous example. So, Picture this. It's 1989, and a group of activists storms the New York Stock Exchange. They unfurl this banner. Their target? A huge pharmaceutical company called Burroughs Wellcome. And their message? Well, it was pretty blunt. So what were they so angry about? This number, $8,000. That was the price tag back in 1989 for a one-year supply of the drug AZT. And here's the crucial part. AZT was the only approved drug for treating AIDS at the time. So for patients who were desperate, this cost wasn't just high. It was an impossible wall between them and a medicine that could save their lives. And this whole situation is just a perfect example of that clash we were talking about. On one hand, you have Burroughs Wellcome with a brilliant market strategy, right? They developed a groundbreaking, life-saving drug, and they had a patent on it. But on the other hand, you have these massive non-market forces pushing back. A terrifying public health crisis, total moral outrage from activists, and eventually congressional hearings about price gouging. So they had a winning product, no doubt, but they were completely losing the battle for public trust and legitimacy. Okay, final section. Profit meets purpose. This is the synthesis where we bring it all together. So the big question is, how do you build a business that doesn't just win in the market, but also navigates that tricky non-market world successfully? How do you build a company that's truly resilient and has a real positive impact? Well, it really starts by thinking bigger about what value even means. The traditional business model is all about creating economic value, right? For the customer and for the company. But these newer, impact-focused models, they expand that idea. They push you to build your impact on people and the planet right into the core of your strategy from day one. It's not a side project or PR thing, it's part of the business itself. So how do you figure out where to focus? A super useful tool for this is called a materiality matrix. Basically, it's a way to cut through the noise and prioritize what actually matters. It helps you identify the issues that are a big deal to the outside world, to your stakeholders, and also a big deal to the future success of your own business. That's where you need to pay attention. Okay, so this might look a little intimidating at first, but the idea behind it is actually really simple and powerful. Just look at the two axes. You've got one that measures how important an issue is to your stakeholders, your customers, your community, regulators, and the other axis measures the impact of that same issue on your business's success. And where you want to be is right there, in that top right corner. That's the sweet spot. That's where the things that matter to the world and the things that drive your business success overlap perfectly. So when it's all said and done, it really boils down to this one final question. When your business succeeds, what will the world have gained? Building a business that truly matters means having a great answer to that question and weaving that answer into the very DNA of your company, right from the beginning. Because at the end of the day, a truly great business doesn't just win, it leaves the world better than it found it.